Good morning. Welcome into my channel. My name is Mary, and this is Hallelujah. I am playing today on April 10th, which means this is my island tour. But in real life, it's the day after Thanksgiving, and it's in the morning, so I am still waking up. But I wanted to go ahead and make this video of my island tour. I did make one last night, but I wasn't happy with it. So I went ahead and just delayed releasing that video, and I'm going to do it again. So I want to show you my map, because we're going to jump right into this. On the island of Hallelujah, there is Mary and Tommy. There's Joey, Daisy, Bunny, Bea, Portia, Lucky, Fret, Walker, who is my birthday twin, Bones, and Goldie. And if you notice right in the middle of the map, there is that long area that has the pathing that's showing through, the in-game pathing. That is Rainbow Bridge. On each side of Rainbow Bridge are two paw print ponds that when I made them, they turned out to be islands. So paw print pond islands. Say that 5 times fast. And then I have Heaven, which is at the back of the map. And that is where all the dogs live. So this is an all dogs go to heaven theme, which you probably are very aware of. And it does play tribute to, I should say pay tribute. I told you it's early in the morning. To 4 of my dogs that have passed away over the last few years. There's Toby and Tommy, who are shown here on these banners on my lights. Toby is the black dog. Tommy is the tan dog. And then there's Mickey, who is Tommy's brother. So they look very much alike on the banners. And then there's Christmas. So let's get into this. I'm so excited to show you this island. I think it's very pretty, although I'm a little prejudiced about it because I made it. And I hope you like it as well. There are a lot of ducks and bunnies in my decorating. We've covered that in a previous video as to why, but it's basically because I have a bunny and a duck villager that I let remain on the island. And this is a flower shop that I made. And I wanted it to be pretty simple, so there you go. If you take this little path down toward this little beach, which I really love this little beach. I really like how the map had this on there. This is my house. I did cover a tour of my house not so long ago, so I'm not going to go inside the house at all. And there's this little sitting area that's very sweet and cute. I found Joey actually sitting here several times, and I've taken pictures of him. I think it's really adorable. And it's just a quiet place to sit and be alone. I also love seeing those 3 ducks just sitting in the water, floating along. So we're going to keep going. All right, so continuing down this main path here, there is another little path that goes off of it. And I have quite a few little islands that are floating in the water. And you can hop to most of them. And there's a little bell here that you can come ring. But here's one of those areas that you can hop over to. All right, so then we come over the bridge. And this pathway is going to take us to Blathers Beach. But before you get to Blathers Beach, there's an intersection here that you can make a decision to go a different way. And this little way here just takes you to this little picnic area and a better view of the 3 ducks floating, in the river. Okay. And this time we're going to go straight down to Blathers Beach. Which Blathers on this island, he's in retirement. He's not working a big museum. He is definitely in retirement. And there is Bunny. So his museum is in the outside world. And that's why I went ahead and included lots of turtles, and there's some snails and different things here and there. So I kept Blathers in his tent, and he can go fishing anytime he wants. There's a couple little fishing areas. Now this part of the beach is just where I have my extra flowers, and I did put this plank walkway or wood walkway down just to kind of make it look a little neater, so it's just not flowers. And it takes us to this back rock. I did not really decorate the rocks on this island, so this is very simple, but you're going to find that the rocks are not decorated. So we're going to double back. A lot of one ways on this island, so you'll find yourself doubling back a few times. And I really hope you do visit the dream address and enjoy it. The dream address is set to a different time of day on April 10th. So now we're going to go ahead and turn this way. And this is my campsite. It's a very small area that I devoted to the campsite. I didn't want to spend a lot of space, use a lot of space here, but I think it's very sweet. It gets the job done. And then we're going to continue on this pathway. And here on this path, there is a choice as far as which direction that you can go. This time we're going to go over and cross this bridge. This is one of my paw print pond islands, and it is the only one of the two that is walkable to my villagers. So on each of these paw print islands, there is a memorial to two of my puppy dogs. So this memorial is for Christmas. I think I've told the story before, but Christmas came to us on Christmas morning several years ago. My family was home for the day. We were sitting outside on the porch, and this emaciated little puppy, very sad looking, very unhealthy looking, came walking up the sidewalk up to our house, came up the steps, and just plopped down in front of us and looked up as to say, "Help me." And Christmas was home that day. Okay, so you can kind of tell that this is a pond. You can see the little paw cutouts here. So I think it's cute. This memorial is for Mickey. Mickey was my dog. Mickey and Tommy came from the same litter, and I picked Mickey out to be my dog. He was my puppy. Very special. We were so close. And he was just so sweet. He had a little attitude, but he was very sweet. So I really love a lot of the views on this island. This is a little rock garden with two of my rocks. The rest of the rocks are on the other side of the island. We'll get to those. And then there are quite a few of these hop-hops that you can go through. And the idea is just so you can go back and see the decorating. There's always decorations on these little islands here in the back that's connected to the cliffs. So I wanted to make sure that you had a way to get back there and see all that. If this view is a view of heaven. So we're headed that way. So if you go this way, this is going to lead you to Joey's house, Joey the duck. And as you can tell, that's very appropriate because all the ducks love to come to Joey's house. So then if you go behind the house, there's this little area that is dedicated to Joey and Bunny, because Bunny's house is in the area too. Now, I'll just mention that none of the villagers' houses are decorated. I did not decorate their houses, but I concentrated more on the outside of the island, the exterior. This is Bunny's house. And then this little land bridge will take you back to that little intersection that we were just at. Well, hello, Bunny. I'm gonna let Bunny go. All right. So I double backed to the airport, and this time we're gonna go up and over Rainbow Bridge. This is just a little area before you get to Rainbow Bridge. This is a little waiting area if you were at a vet hospital. And then if you come this way, which a dog going to heaven would come here and get their halo. And if they have any tissues in their hands or their paws, they would throw it in here because there are no tears in heaven. And then the journey into heaven begins. Cross Rainbow Bridge, which I have added the banners for the light posts, customized to my dog's faces. They're beautiful, wonderful faces. And now we're going into heaven. And if you look down over the cliff, there is a little area here that's decorated below. So across the bridge we go. And if we go this way, we're going to go into Christmas's area, which is decorated with Christmas items. And if you come here, there's a ladder on each side of this. This is an overlook, so you can see the balloons and the clouds in the distance. And of course, there's a bridge right here that you can go over. So this time we're going to go straight here and go past the two villager houses on this side. And if you come up the incline, it goes through a little play area in the clouds for the villagers to enjoy. And then it comes down by two more villager houses. And this time there's a little pathway that you can take that will go back to Christmas's area and back where we started with this bridge. And if we go down the incline, it comes down here by Lucky and Walker's house. If you go between the houses, you're going to be at the secret beach, which is just more clouds, sitting in amongst the clouds. And if you tilt up, you'll see the clouds and the balloons, which I really love how that came out. And this little pathway only takes you to the back of heaven, and it is a dead end. If I can show you right here, there is some confetti you can see blowing around. And then it just ends right here. But I like this little spot. So then if we went this way, we would go through the birthday area, which Bia is the birthday hostess. And we would just come down this way to a villager's house where this dead ends. And this time we're going to go ahead and take this staircase to the back of the island. And I do want to show you the birthday, or not the birthday, sorry, the teddy bear train. I guess it could be a birthday teddy bear train, but it is just teddy bears, which I thought was really cute. All right, and then this little pathway will take you to Tommy's ice cream shop. We've recently spent quite a bit of time here inside the house. I'm not going to go inside the ice cream shop just because I have shown that on a recent video. And this is Tommy. My sweet, sweet boy. Tommy had an old soul. Just the sweetest dog ever. All right, and then his ice cream shop area does extend to the exterior. This whole area is for Tommy. And there's lots of little places that you can come and sit and enjoy. A little outside ice cream area. That just continues here. So then if we come down this beach, again, the same theme. It has my puppies' faces, some of them anyways, and a little place to eat. Okay, so if we hop here, there's a couple little scenic areas that you can look at. And then here's the rest of my rocks. All right, and then this beach I recently decorated. Just a little walkway, little area for the villagers to get out and walk through. Places along the way that you can sit. There's a little play area with 3 horses and a dog park. And then you get past the dog park and there's a little area that you can get snacks and sit down and watch the bunnies and the ducks play. And then there is a place to grab a bicycle to ride along. Okay. So then that pathway from the beach will lead you here to resident services. But before we go across the bridge over there, we are going to come and see this tree that I did make. If you come and sit in this little spot and tilt up, you're going to see my huge cherry blossom tree with star fragments and the moon in the back. Surrounded by cliffs, and I think it's a very pretty area. This would be a nice area to come and take a picture. And there is a video on how I made that on my channel. Well, there's a video probably for most of these areas, but I did a special one for that one. And then this little pathway will take you back to the beach where we were just a moment ago. All right, so this time I'm going to go ahead and cross this bridge for resident services. And in the back here, there is a little post office where it dead ends. So this is where the villagers or I would come and get the mail. So now I am going to take the staircase up to this pathway, this little winding pathway, which this does leave me to my shops. And that's where it dead ends at. But before we do that, I'm going to take this little ladder down, which has a little area to sit. But if you take the hop, it takes you over to my second paw print pond island. I had to think about it before I said it. And the last 2 memorials on this island belong to Toby. I was going to say Tommy, but Toby. Toby, I didn't get to spend his whole life with him. I got Toby at about 5 years old. He belonged to a couple where the wife passed away. So then the gentleman was going to remarry, and his fiance didn't like dogs. And so Toby was locked up in the garage a lot and was just scared. He was a scared dog. So I took Toby to help that situation, and because Toby needed a good home. And he did not like being alone. He did not like fireworks. He was scared of everything. The last 5 years of Toby's life, probably 5 or so, I can't remember exactly how many years we had, but they were all good. He was spoiled rotten, never got locked up in a dark place again, and just a very loving dog, a grateful dog. So then you follow this way, and then the second memorial here is for Tommy, my sweet, precious Tommy. I had Tommy the longest, as far as he was the last one that has passed away. And it hasn't been that long. But Tommy definitely was a sweet soul. Never angry, always just loving, just wanted a lap to lay on. And Tommy was happy. So those are my last two memorials. This is a very tight area. I could not make this walkable to the villagers. This side of the pond had to be attached to the cliff, but this was the first one I made. And then when I made the other one that we've already been to, I wanted to make sure that there was a bridge so that the villagers could visit that one. Now, one thing to note that I think is very sweet and special is I have a dear friend of mine who visited my dream address yesterday. And she did say that when she visited the dream address, Tommy, the other person who lives on this island, Tommy that represents my dog, was on the walkable paw print island and met her there. And he was just walking around, just being sweet. I mean, how special is that? I am going to include a picture of that at the end of this video. All right. So there's a little lookout area here. I'll just kind of show you that. I really like the view of the pond. Okay. So moving on, we're going to go over to the shops. And of course, here is Nook's. And I'll kind of give you an idea of what this looks like here. And of course, if you look over the side of the cliffs, you see the little areas that I made that are in the water. Okay, so then if we go across this bridge here, there is Abel's. So the shops are really close. And it's a pretty small area. It was really tight, but I think it works out well. And then you can see Tommy's ice cream shop in the back. So this is the shopping district. And I like this view too. When you tilt down just a little bit, you can see heaven in the background. I definitely wanted to show you this little walkway. So if you're on the same walkway that goes to the shops right about here, there is this one little detour here that goes across some hops. And it takes you over to my stargazing area. Just another little area that is not accessible to the villagers. I try to minimize those areas because I really like the villagers to have free reign of the island, but there's just a couple places they cannot go. But this is a really nice lookout, and you can see the rock garden right there and the teddy bear in the background. And then there's popcorn here, and this is just a sweet little stargazing area. So I really like it. But I wanted to make sure you knew that was there. So then I'm going to go ahead and hop back over, and I'll meet you over at Resident Services. So now I'm going to take you back towards the airport, which is where you would walk to from Resident Services when you come to the dream address, if you want to start at the airport. I do want to show you this one little area, just another little sitting area. That's on the other side of the airport. If you look in lots of little areas, you'll see dogs wagging their tails and barking, which I think are super cute. But this is where we started, and this is the end of my island tour. I'm so happy you could join me today for visiting this island of Hallelujah. I love this island so much. I am really proud of it. Although I'm a little prejudiced, I know, but I am very proud of the island and how it turned out, and that I was able to pay tribute to 4 of my beautiful, sweet dogs that I miss very much. I wanted to let you know that at the end of this video, there are going to be some pictures that are going to come up of my precious dogs and a short video that I have shared before of Tommy and me before he passed away. I hope you enjoy those items. I also hope you enjoyed this tour. It was my pleasure to show you this island, and I do hope that you dream of it and you enjoy that. Thank you for visiting my channel and for supporting me through this journey. I have other things planned, so I will have other videos coming out. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Tommy, Tommy, Tommy. Hey, do you know how much I love you? Hmm? I love you. No, I love you.